I finally know what people talk about with veneer breath. I smelt veneer breath. Drea got the real veneers. You hoes trying to take a shortcut.
What Tia Kim said, your daddy spit the bag.
Yeah.
These porcelain and these go way back.
To the back. That's what it is. Open that mouth.
Girl, no.
Show me go to the back.
It do.
Okay. It do. I'm sorry, girl. But it goes to the...
What Blue Ivy did?
It goes to the back. Something ain't right in the back of their throat, bro.
Well, because a lot of people get veneers and they get teeth put on top of rotten teeth. But a lot of the time, people don't want to do those things because that will cost even more money on top of what you have to pay for the veneers. So people just... And a lot of the reason that a lot of people go to Colombia and to other countries to get the veneers is because it's cheaper to get porcelain veneers in other countries than it is here. Here, it's like $40,000, $50,000 if you go into a reputable.
Yeah, but they're getting them done here and they stink.
They getting them done there and they stink because who you talking about got them done there?
I didn't say that.
There's a lot of people that have got them done there. But the point that I'm making is having something rotten in your mouth and then putting something on top of it.
That's like when you put spray on foam.
That's when you musty and you just spray perfume. We can still smell that foam.
We still smell that
It's still
foam.
hitting the fan.
Yep.
So many of these modern women, they want a man that's passionate about them. They want a man that shows an intense longing and a desire. An intense longing and a desire for them. And men are saying, after what I just saw, no. You ain't got nothing else to desire. You didn't show it all. Absolutely not.
Highest divorce rates, 2 women. Lowest divorce rates, 2 men. Highest rates of 2 women. Lowest rates of 2 men. 75 to 80% of divorces filed by women. Top reasons: boredom, unhappiness, no longer compatible. Highest rates for maltreatment of children by women. Women consume social media at a far higher rate than men. Women are also 3 times more likely to deal with mental health issues than men. When you share these statistics, you are automatically labeled a misogynist pick-me who hates women, but fortunately, I care more about truth than being accepted by the sisterhood.
Why are so many men refusing to get married? This is an interesting question, and I don't know if men actually are refusing to get married or not, but it could be a few things. It could be that there's misconceptions about what marriage is. We hear a lot about who benefits from marriage. Is there a benefit to marriage? We hear a lot about men who are taken advantage of in the divorce process or feel like they lost something. I also think there's this mindset where you're with someone, but you're wondering if something better is out there. So why would you commit to marriage if you're worried you're gonna miss out on something better? What I would say to women in that situation is if your partner doesn't want to marry you and you want to get married, leave, break up. That's gonna end with you guys breaking up anyway. And if you're a single man who never wants to get married, let us know why. We're really curious.
This is how you lose a good man fast, because some of you are praying for the man of your dreams, but when he shows up, you're the one driving him away. The fastest way to repel a man of value is disrespect. If you embarrass him, talk down to him in front of others, he is done. Men will tolerate a lot, but they will not tolerate a woman who kills their respect. The second way is chaos. If being with you feels like a full-time job filled with drama, constant arguments, mood swings, and tests, he will not stay. A man of value does not want a second battlefield at home. He wants peace. And the third way, controlling everything. If you won't let him lead, won't trust him to make decisions, won't respect him as a whole man, then what's the point? He is not going to fight for you. He'll just leave. See, you can be beautiful, successful, and independent, but if you are disrespectful, chaotic, and controlling, no man of value will stick around. They just won't. He doesn't need to. He has options, and he will walk away from a woman who drains him. So if you really want to attract and keep the man of your dreams, don't be the woman who destroys him. Be the woman who builds him up. Be the woman who adds peace, respect, admiration, and passion, because the truth is, high-value men don't waste their time where they are not valued. And if you don't get that right, you won't just repel him. You're going to lose him forever and be alone with your cats.
You know, a lot of these modern women, what they don't understand is, because they're going to continue to ask, how come good men don't talk to them? How come good men don't give them the time of day? Is because y'all continue to try to make men compete, and they've already proven themselves. A lot of these guys that you have in the friend zone, they've already proven themselves many times over. But you still got them out here. Oh, well, you know, what you did last week didn't count. What you did 3 months ago didn't count. You know, I've got a new roster, you guys. Just keep on competing and maybe somebody would win. Lucky me. No, you're not that special.
Now, a lot of people will look at my channel and look at me and say, men are just as disrespectful. They will say that men talk down to women all the time. But let's look at the actual asymmetry. When a man is aggressive or disrespectful to a woman, he's universally condemned, arrested, or cancelled. The hammer falls on him instantly. When a woman does it, it is framed as standing her ground or being independent, standing up for herself. So why would she be silenced? This imbalance is modern relationships. Men aren't walking away because they found someone else. They're walking away because they ran out of freaking peace. I've done videos on this already. They are tired of existing in a low-level, hostile environment where they have to defend their dignity against a person who is supposed to have their back. You cannot build a kingdom with a woman who treats you like a freaking opponent. Society will protect a woman's right to be reckless with her mouth, but nobody's looking out for the man's peace of mind. You have to do that yourself, gentlemen. And here's how you do it. You do it by setting the boundaries early, making disrespect incredibly expensive, and showing a total willingness to walk away if that boundary is ever crossed. Simple. Fathers, you have to join me in this. Do what I'm doing in my own house. Teach your daughters early as possible accountability at home. Remind them that the world out there is lying to them. It is telling them that being loud is strength, when real femininity, softness, and gentleness are actually a woman's highest value asset in a world full of noise.
And a lot of these modern women, you know, they want men to continue to audition for a role that, quite frankly, Chad and Tyrone didn't even have to try out for. Chad and Tyrone, y'all know those actors and actresses, they don't even have to show up to the audition. They already got the part. That's what's happening with a lot of these Chads and Tyrones. They don't even have to audition. You got the part. Sold. He don't put no energy into it, but then you got Chad and Tyrone over here. You just give it up. A man's gonna find out about that. And when he finds out about that, how do you think that's going to make him feel? Not very good.
Do not get married. Do not get married. It's not worth it today. There's no reason for marriage anymore. Women will make you or women will break you. Thanks to Eve, we didn't conceive even one child in the Garden of Eden. Not even one child. Why? Because she ate from the forbidden fruit and she made Adam eat from the forbidden fruit. And the second that God saw them, he asked Adam, why did you listen to your woman? Listen to your woman, your life will be destroyed. A leader is a man, not a woman. And if she wants to lead, great, go be a lesbian.
The manosphere is a money-making machine, and it will never provide you advice to become successful in dating, because providing you that advice would undermine its entire profit scheme. If you want to remain lonely and miserable, you should continue taking advice from men of the manosphere. You should continue being a part of those communities. I'm not judging you if you want to be miserable and lonely. But you are not the logical gender if you think getting advice from men who profit off of your loneliness and misery is going to get you laid. Sure, there are moments when the manosphere can be helpful to men. For instance, when it's encouraging men to find confidence in themselves, when it's encouraging them to level up their skills. But that is where the helpfulness of the manosphere ends. If the manosphere is giving you advice that actually gets you laid, it's because they're giving you advice on how to be coercive or they're giving you advice on how to be disingenuous. You're not going to feel less lonely if you get a woman to sleep with you under those conditions. People who aren't lonely are people who are honest and genuine and authentic and are able to get other people who want to spend time with them while they are being themselves. That starts by recognizing the humanity in other people, specifically women, and by valuing platonic friendships with women. If you are someone who does not know how to go out into the real world and open the door to friendship with people, that is what you need to work on first, not going out and trying to get laid.
I think these modern women really understand that a lot of times a man is watching you. So, you're going to be asking why a man is not wanting to commit, why a man is not wanting to do a lot of things, right? It's because you've decided that you're going to act a certain way. You're going to treat people a certain way. And at that point in time, he's like, why would I be involved in that? So you have to understand, and you have to look at, how do I present myself? A lot of you guys are good, are fantastic at looking great. I got my hair done, my nails done, lashes and all that stuff. But then when you actually get to know somebody, it was kind of like, I don't really want to move forward with this person anymore.
Gonna keep my
You better not.
head held high.
You better not. On my mama, you better not.
There's always gonna be another
You better not do it.
mountain. I'm always wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle.
This be men's biggest problem with y'all. Why in God's name does the husband have to accept whatever rolls out of bed every day? But the ex-husband gets to look on social media and look at this. You kidding me? For the record, I am available for promo and booking. But that's not what we're talking about right now. You kidding me? No wonder y'all be getting the divorce. This literally 100% shows your ass is the problem. If you don't deserve me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best.
Most men in this room and most online will tell you that all of their life, they have been the last thing to be considered. Everything comes before man. We even got statements like, ladies first, happy wife. And even parents teach their sons, let them go first. And so in every step of his life, he's always last. Women get in the club for free. Now we got to buy bottles at $1,500 a pop so all of the women can drink for free. Remember when I read the text didn't say we were made for y'all. The Bible says she was made for him. And by the way, if you go and look in the Old Testament, whenever a man and woman was married in the Old Testament, a woman stood at the altar and the man walked down the aisle. But now here comes, if you don't believe me, the church is the bride and Jesus is the groom. And the last I saw, the church is here waiting on the groom to come. So if you want us to love you like God loved the church, why are we always doing the waiting?
So I will randomly cancel dates with men just to see how they react. I was actually dating this man recently and he was so nice to me, gave me money, was a decent guy. He had never really gotten mad with me before, ever. And I've known him for a while now. And so I like to test this obsession that men quote unquote say they have, because men love to lie to you. They will tell you so many things, but it really doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is when you actually see how they feel about you in these brief moments when they get randomly mad and they don't mean to. So I canceled a date with this man. Randomly do something with the intent to upset the man to see how he reacts. And this man failed the test. I literally ended things with him a couple days later because I couldn't get over this. I could not get past his reaction when I told him no. What are you, a little bitch? Get the f*** over it.
Some people may disagree with me in the comments, but it is what it is. I'm gonna say it. Because the men, actually multiple men have told me this. The only people who actually care about you having your stuff together, you getting all these degrees and you getting this bad girl, is you. Just you. Because a real man, which y'all consider to be providers, don't care. They don't care about how many degrees you have. They don't care about how much money you have in the bank. They care about you being a feminine woman that treats them good and that knows how to do traditional things inside the household. That's why so many of y'all be running rabbit, confused as to why that man cheated on you with a girl who you feel like was less than. Well, baby, it had nothing to do with her bank account. It had nothing to do with her education. It had everything to do with how she made him feel. Yeah.
So I always find it funny when women get online and they cry and talk about how their man doesn't care or men don't care about women. And we very much know this is very, very prevalent in the black community, where black women are always crying and saying black men don't care about black women and so on, right? But across the board, women are always trying to argue that men don't care. But this is what y'all don't seem to understand. Once upon a time, a man did care. A man stopped caring because of your nonsense. See, what they don't realize is that a man who no longer cares once upon a time gave a little bit too much until you just drove him crazy as a woman to the point that he now has 0 fucks. And now he no longer cares. Because he has come to the conclusion, why should I stress myself out when you're going to continue to do what you want to do anyway? Where you're going to continue to be a headache? Where you're going to continue with the nonsense? Where you're going to continue with the foolishness? Where you're going to continue to not listen to me? Where you're going to continue to not allow me to lead? So why give a fuck? So when a man starts to have 0 fucks, ladies, please know 9 times out of 10 is because of you. You need to correct your actions if you want a man to start giving a fuck again. And that's the message for today.
I'm going to say this with my whole chest and never change my stance. A woman's worthiness to be in a committed relationship should not be determined by what she did when she was single, when she was not in a committed relationship. If she was in a committed relationship and she had a track history of cheating, that's something different. But what a woman does when she is single does not determine how she's going to move forward in a future committed relationship. That should not be what a man is focused on. It doesn't matter if a woman has 100 bodies or 2 bodies. She can be a horrible partner with 0 bodies. She could be a horrible partner with 100 bodies. The bodies is not what determines whether she's going to be a good committed partner or not. Quite frankly, men who focus on past partners typically have low self-esteem. There is a fear of being compared to past partners. There's a fear of measuring up to past partners. And there's this constant need for reassurance. Instead of focusing on past partners, what the guy should be doing is collecting data. Getting to know this woman over time to see if this person fits into their life. Are they trustworthy? Are they honest? Are they ambitious? Are they nurturing? You find that out over time, not by looking at a person's past partners.
When's the last time you cried? I lost my best friend this year, so it's still been a hard thing for me. You made me think about it. It's hard. I ain't gonna joke. That was my brother. And then, just like mildly uncomfortable.
Never hit a man where he's never. It could be true, it could be real, but you don't hit him where he's weak because it'll turn around on you.
When a man opens up, don't you use what he said when he was open to prove a point when you want to win an argument. You will never hear the full story from us ever again. And we'll start to say stuff like this. How are you? Good. I ain't good, but I just ain't telling you. Women, let me tell you something. Men are not emotionless. We have deep emotions. We just don't know how to express them. And let me tell you, if you make us feel unsafe, you'll never hear from us again.
I can't tell if women are saying they are the table because they really believe that, or they really just don't know what to bring to the table. But what I was taught a woman is supposed to bring to the table is, number 1, respect. Number 2, an open mind. Number 3, the ability to be taught and to be led. Number 3, assistance, support. Number 4, a good attitude. Be happy, be loving, be warm, be vulnerable. Okay? And then you're supposed to bring questions if you have them. Okay? Be authentic, be selfless, be ready to give. Okay? Don't be looking for what you could take. Give as much as you can as a woman. Okay? And then everything that you gather from all of that,
Teach it to your children. Be prepared to teach those kids. Somebody once said to me, don't have children if you're not prepared to teach them what you've learned. That hit deep for me.
Those guys cannot afford American women. Those guys who look overseas for women and want a wife cannot afford American women. After about 2 to 5 months, you're going to realize that you're not living a life of luxury. You're actually living with someone who everyone else rejected. You're going to figure that out quick, because I've done consultations with green card wives. They needed an escape plan. They get you here, they get you your little green card, and then they tell you need to go find a job to help them. Okay? They're going to be like, oh, I love you, let's get married, da, da, da. As soon as you're able to work, guess what? You got to go work. You ain't going to be sitting here looking cute. You going straight to work to help them pay for their bills. Okay? They just got an indentured server. Don't think just because somebody from America want you finna come live the life of luxury, because they want you to come work for them and pay half their bills, because they can't get an American woman.
One thing y'all better realize is the more bills a woman pays by herself, the less attractive men become. It's not because she doesn't want love, not because she's too independent, but because every time that she covers the rent, the utilities, the car note, the groceries, those unexpected expenses that life constantly throws her way, she's reminded that she's carrying everything on her own. She's reminded that survival doesn't wait for help. That strength, it doesn't ask for permission. And she's had no choice but to become self-sufficient, whether she wanted to or not. And when a man enters her life talking about love, but offering no partnership, no contribution, no leadership, no weight sharing, that's when she notices he starts to look like less of a blessing and more like another bill, another responsibility, another drain on the energy when she's already stretched so thin. Because here's the truth that nobody wants to say. Love without effort, it just feels like another obligation. Affection without support, it feels like empty words. Hey, Queen, if you're going through a struggle right now, just know I'm praying for you and you're not alone. Keep your head up.
For the perfect man, do you give up your career?
No.
Really?
No man is going to fulfill me like singing fulfills me, like being on that stage. Like, you don't even understand how addicting and how just amazing you feel when you do that. Like, my singing is my everything, and it will always be my everything.
You could sing in private.
No.
You can still sing.
No, that's not what I want to do.
You can sing in the shower,
I want to share my
girl.
art.
Sing in the shower.
That's not being on stage.
$100
That's not getting
bills
cheered
are
for.
raining. Why are women so obsessed with the rat race? You do a job besides singing, right?
Yeah.
Like, are you a waitress? Because a lot of people in Hollywood, they're fucking waiters.
I could sing for y'all right now. Yeah. Let's do it. Trust me, I mean what I say when I so you don't notice me most days. No, you don't see that dynamic done change. Bet you don't know what to say. I'm shamed cause you really was my fave. Now I gotta push you away, making me feel this way. That shit real not okay.
Don't you ever quit singing for anybody. Not even for $10 million.
So if the manosphere works so well, where's all the women? Because when I watched that documentary, I didn't see wives, I didn't see girlfriends, I didn't see women who felt safe and chosen and secure. I saw men convincing other men that they had it figured out. These men are going to tell you exactly what women want, right? Because they know better than women. But you never actually see women choosing them long term. Not one, let alone 20. You know how they think they're going to have multiple wives and girlfriends? There's not even one that can stick around and say something nice about them. And I say that as like someone who's dated one of these guys that were more extreme, because in private it does feel very different. Like, they can connect and they can open up and they can make you feel like you're really building something real, but they can't sustain it, because the moment that the relationship requires emotional responsibility or consistency or accountability, they go back to their belief system, because their fear is all here in this relationship and being seen and being known. So when you have that closeness, they freak out and go back to their belief system that they've been brainwashed into. So it's not that they can't connect, it's that they can't stay there for reasons that have nothing to do with you, nothing to do with the women. It has everything to do with their own issues.
Universally, that the men that he works with all say that they come last. that everybody's needs come before theirs. I'm going to tell you something. When he first told me, I was like, that's complete BS. You guys are watching golf and you're watching the game. You go to work, then you come home, you do whatever you want. That was me rejecting a truth. When I stopped myself and just said, let me just process this for a minute. Do I even know what Chris's needs are? Does he even know what they are? It struck me because I'd love for you to turn to chapter 9 in your book, because you write about the exact same thing. It's on page 139. I want you to read the first part of that so we can unpack this. And as you listen, you're either going to feel validated, or I want you to have an open mind about the truth of this.
One of the most significant obstacles preventing men from breaking free from emotional incarceration and evolving into comprehensive men is the inclination to suffer alone in silence.
I approached over 10 girls today, and this is what I learned. First off, most of you are making the craziest excuses I've ever seen. You guys are so insecure that instead of going out there and leveling up your social skills in combination with your looks, your personality, your physique, your money, your status, which by the way are all connected, you want to sit in my comment section and say that you are going to make the excuse to not socialize because you believe you're not good enough. Well, guess what, brother? Manifestation is real. If you believe that you are not worthy of the girl, guess what? You aren't. Every single girl that I spoke with today said the same thing about you guys. You guys are all cynical. You guys are creating hopelessness instead of hope. And my job is to change your thinking so that you can stop making excuses for yourself and go out there and get the woman that you want. You understand that? All right. Then do your job and get after it. God bless.
You know, I pray that you stop begging to be chosen. Like, I pray that you stop allowing people that have not made you important enough in their life to continue to string you along or drag you along. I pray that you stop giving so much thought and so much pain and so much heart to a person or a place or a thing that couldn't care any less about you and didn't do anything for you, and that we keep pouring into these places. I pray that tonight is a night that something breaks, that something becomes different for you, that you stop falling into this lie that you have to try harder or do more to be seen when you deserve to be valued and cared for, when you stop following the breadcrumbs because it's enough to satisfy you for the moment but never enough to fill you. I pray that this decision in your life to cut things off or cut people off or to tie away from these things, that this, yes, it might be hard, but that you can see the fruit in it now. Unfortunately, sometimes we keep ourselves in bondage to things that don't deserve us because we think that if we try harder that they'll eventually pick us. And I need you to understand that what is for you has already chosen you. You don't have to beg things to see what you are. You just have to be for the things that deserve you.
3 signs that you're a simp. Number 1, and clearly the most obvious, you spend money on her. Why would you spend money on a girl that's not even yours? You're over here taking her out to eat, buying her clothes and shoes, getting her hair and nails done and all types of like you actually believe that she's your wife or something. Stupid, she has a roster. If she's not with you and you're not entertaining her, she's with them. You're basically paying for her attention and love. I bet you if you tell her no one time, the message is gonna stop delivering. Number 2, you validate her way too much. It's one thing to tell a girl that she's beautiful, but there's levels to this. You can't be gassing her up too much, because once you put her on a pedestal, she's gonna start treating you like a peasant. And can you blame her? She has the blueprint. She knows she got you wrapped around her finger. So of course she's gonna take advantage of you. You're a simp. Keep it P and play the long game. Make sure she's the right one before you gas up her head too much. Which leads to number 3. Don't be expressing your feelings too early. And I'm talking about those guys that stay telling girls they love them before they even get in a relationship. I haven't even started dating yet, and you're telling her that she's the one? Not only is that simp behavior, but you just might scare her off. And if that doesn't scare her away, then your Dior Sauvage will. And just remember, if she ain't giving no head, she don't get no bread.
If she says the past is the past, you're cooked. If she sings along to rap songs in your car, you're cooked. If she's on anxiety medication, you're cooked. If she's a bartender, you're cooked. If she says the dating market in her city sucks, that means she's the problem and you're cooked. If she asks you about your political views, you're cooked. If she's still on Hinge, you're cooked. If she talks bad about her ex, you're cooked. If she wears scrubs to work, you're cooked. If she smokes weed, you're cooked. If she's ever been in a fight with another girl, you're cooked. If she talks down on her dad, your is grass, gang. Let me know what I missed.
The moment in a man's life when everything changes is when he starts to feel replaceable. When he realizes his value in the relationship is tied to what he provides, not who he is, not how he loves, not how loyal he is, not how present he is, but what he produces. This is when a man emotionally shifts. And these are the 3 things that he will start doing quietly when he feels replaceable. Number 1, he will start to replace that woman. He does not leave right away, but he pulls back inside. He stops opening up. He stops sharing his plans. He stops stressing. Literally, he will go private with his thoughts. Number 2, he will safeguard his assets. He starts to become more careful with money. He will separate finances. He will protect his savings, his property, anything that has to do with his future. And it is not because he is greedy. He just doesn't feel secure anymore. Number 3, he starts to plan his exit quietly, silently, and strategically. He starts to think about where he will go, how he will recover, how he will rebuild, and what life will look like without that woman. And this is not because he wants to leave, but he has to prepare himself because he was forced to. Understand this, men do not leave when they are angry. They detach first. They leave after months and years of feeling disrespected and unseen. And most of all, taken for granted in their own homes. And trust and believe, when a man starts to feel replaceable, he is going to make sure that woman feels replaceable too.
Chicks like these are more common than you think.
I like men that spend money on me and don't bother me. I don't like men that only spend money on me when they're in my presence. This guy just called me and asked me what I was doing tonight and if I wanted to go out. I don't have an issue with going out tonight. I'm dressed. I'm about to go out with my friends. My issue is he's only gonna spend money on me if he's there. Because he's always just trying to he's always like, are you hungry? Do you need anything? All this stuff. But if I ever say I'm hungry, he wants to pick me up and take me to dinner. Just send me the money. And it's the same thing for tonight. And I know that if he was to come, he would pay for everything and he'd make sure all my friends got home safe and he'd drive us everything. Even the guy that we're going out with, he would take care of him. But it's like, just send me the money and leave me alone.
I don't know if I'm more mad at him, the dude, in this situation, because this chick is ridiculous. Unsufferable is an understatement compared to this entitled ass bimbo. The fact that she says she likes dudes who just give her money but don't need to be there to spend that person's bread. And even at one point she said, I know he would take care of my friends and the guy that's invited. To the guy, if this is real, this is like a Super Saiyan simp. No question. Because why you even do it? And then she's posting this. You're gonna tell me he don't follow on social media and see like this? That's just insane. He must be he got bread, obviously, but a lot of Sims do have bread. Dudes need to stop pandering to chicks like this. And it's these chicks that they ingest social media and they don't even chew. They just swallow that whole, and they turn into chicks like this, entitled, delusional. Imagine I like dudes who give me money but don't ask to chill or to be there. What kind of world these chicks think? The delusion is insane. The mirage, however they look at life, it's a mental illness at this point, and this chick just proves that. But to that dude, yo, you are wildin'.
And, you can sit up here and say, is there a man that's willing to help? Is there a man that's willing to, kind of show that chivalry and stuff like that? But I think a bigger question you should probably be asking, and maybe it's probably a bigger problem, is, am I willing to give back? Am I willing to be feminine? Am I willing to nurture? Am I willing to put in effort? Right? Am I willing to say, okay, I appreciate what you're doing? A lot of women think that chivalry is only one-sided. And, a man is only supposed to do certain things, right? But let's look at your version of chivalry. What is it that you do? And then when we start asking those questions, we come right back on to the question that men be asking women, modern women, and they get upset. What do you bring to the table? What is it that you can do? How is it when I'm supporting you? How is it that you can support me? How can you support a family? Do you want to support a family? What type of person are you? And that's usually when modern women crash out and they don't want to answer those type of questions.